Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Valentine. Nice to be with you here today. I hope this finds you well. Today I'm watching, for the first time, the 1998 picture Pi, directed by Darren Aronofsky. The only other movie I've seen of his is The Whale with Brendan Fraser, and I found that very delightful. So I can't wait to see what else he has to offer in his body of work. Thank you to my patron member. I like to stay at home for choosing this next film, and I'm excited to get into it. So without further ado, let's delve into it, shall we? I knew a guy in college who could recite the first 150, or was it 200 decimal points in pi. Oh, I was always stupefied by that. I think I got 3.14159, and then my brain is like, it's been real.
When I was a little kid, my mother told me not to stare into the sun. So once when I was 6, I did. The doctors didn't know if my eyes would ever heal. I was terrified, alone in that darkness. That day I had my first headache.
Max, what are you doing?
Jenna.
322 times 491.
158,102, right?
Right! 73 divided by 22.
1/8 ad infinitum. Oh, so he's a regular math whiz, huh?
1245. Restate my assumptions. 1. Mathematics is the language of nature. 2. Everything around us can be represented and understood through numbers. 3. If you graph the numbers of any system, patterns emerge. Therefore, there are patterns everywhere in nature. Evidence: the cycling of disease epidemics, the wax and wane of caribou populations.
Oh, this is captivating.
So what about the stock market? A universe of numbers that represents the global economy. Billions of human hands at work, billions of minds, a vast network screaming with life.
Baron Bull, NASDAQ, anybody?
A natural organism. My hypothesis: within the stock market, there is a pattern as well. Right in front of me, hiding behind the numbers.
There has to be.
Hello?
Maximilian code, please. It's Marcy Dawson. But I was hoping we could have lunch tomorrow, say 1 o'clock.
He's heavily sought after, which checks out. That tracks.
Max, good.
Hey, Debbie.
Hair.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Your hair, you can't go out like that.
It's fine.
It's fashion, Debbie. Leave me be.
Euclid predicts NTC will break 100 tomorrow, with no
Am I bothering
local...
you? I'm sorry, I'll put it out. Name's Lenny Meyer. And you are?
Not interested in this conversation.
Max Cohen.
Cohen. Jewish. It's okay, I'm a Jew too. You ever hear of Kabbalah? Jewish mysticism.
Look, I'm kind of busy right here.
I understand. It's just that right now is a very exciting moment in our history.
Don't you hate these guys who insist on conversation?
You right? You right, Max?
This editing is sublime. Oh, wow, dude. This movie has started off in a very engrossing manner.
How's 3 sound?
How'd you get my address?
Oh, don't worry. I got your address from Columbia. So 3 it is.
Wait a minute.
Imperious. Does he not have a say-so?
Stop thinking, Max.
Is that Hector Salamanca? Breaking Bad fame?
Have you met the new fish my niece bought me? I named her Icarus after you, my renegade pupil. You fly too high, you'll get burnt. Look at you, I see myself 30 years ago. My greatest pupil. Published at 16, PhD at 20.
Oh.
But life isn't just mathematics.
He's a wunderkind.
40 years searching for patterns in pi. I found nothing.
Found things.
Found things. But not not a pattern.
He stopped caring. How could he stop when he was so close to seeing pi for what it really is?
Elucidate.
I don't mind if they're cloudy or bright. For I
Strangers.
for you, dear. I don't mind if we're in.
Oh. That is nightmarish. I think Mr. Cohen here is becoming detached from reality. Or remarkably in tune with it. Who's to say?
Hey, Max, Lenny Meyer.
Ah, we meet again.
The ancient Jews used Hebrew as their numerical system. Each letter's a number. Like the Hebrew A, Aleph. It's 1. B, Bet. Hebrew word for mother, Aim. Aleph, Mem. 1, 40 equals 41. Torah is just a long string of numbers. Some say that it's a code sent to us from God.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Theta.
Theta?
Theta. Golden ratio. Golden spiral.
Wow. That's like that series you find in nature? Like the face of a sunflower?
Wherever the spirals.
You see this math everywhere.
The language of nature. The interconnectedness of it all. Okay. You got me, movie. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm in. I'm invested.
My hypothesis, within the stock market, there is a pattern. Right in front of me. Playing with the numbers. Always has been.
It's pretty strong, and it's a pretty strong hypothesis to me.
1028. Results. Bullshit. Euclid predicts AAR at 6.5. AAR hasn't been beneath 40 in 20 years. Explanations for anomaly? Human error.
That is an eternal concept. The error of humanity. But numbers don't lie, as they say. Thank you to my Patreon member. I appreciate you, because this is really stimulating me right now. I'm not great at math, but, you know, this mathematical approach is engendering a lot of joy. And this cinephile's heart starts crying. Goop. There it is.
1111. Results.
Make a wish.
No results. No results.
He's on the brink of a discovery. I can sense it. I can smell it in the air. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Excuse me, can I take a look at the paper?
Didn't wait for an answer. Just like, my question is the answer. Don't mind if I do.
Perfect timing. I was just waiting for you, but I thought you stood me up, so I was going to head home. Oh, Marcy Dawson from Lancet Percy. I've studied your papers.
Excuse me,
for
but I
years.
have-
Listen, why don't we take a spin in my
can't.
car?
A confluence of events. It's chaos. How did you know where he was gonna be, Marcy, huh?
I just threw out something. I didn't realize I needed it. Just a printout. I lost my data.
She's looking in disgust like, you vagabond. What has society come to?
We're searching for a pattern in the Torah. All we know is it's 216 digits long.
216.
That's right. Gotta be very quiet now. Turn up.
Did I hear you right there, brother? You mensch.
What is this 216 number, Saul?
Excuse me?
You asked me if I had seen a 216-digit number, right?
What is this all about?
There are these religious Jews I've been talking to.
Religious Jews?
Yeah, you know, Hasids, the guys with the beards.
I know what they are.
I'm familiar with them.
It turns out the guy is a number theorist. The Torah is his data set. They're looking for a 216-digit number in the Torah.
Ay, come on, it's just a coincidence.
There's something else, though.
Pi, Torah.
This 216 number.
This is insanity, Max.
Or maybe it's genius. Get that number.
Hold on, you have to slow down. You're losing it. You're connecting a computer bug I had with a computer bug you might have had and some religious hogwash.
Ooh, hogwash. It's a good word.
When your mind becomes obsessed with anything, you will filter everything else out and find that thing everywhere.
What's that called? The frequency illusion? Like if you buy a car, you're researching a car, you suddenly see that car everywhere.
As soon as you discard scientific rigor, you're no longer a mathematician. You're a numerologist.
The tone, the cadence signified a dirty word. Numerologist.
Not interested in your money. I'm looking for a way to understand our world. I don't deal with petty materialists like you.
I admit we have been a bit too aggressive.
You think so, Marcy?
A Ming mecha chip.
They're not even declassified yet.
You're right. Do you know how rare these are?
What do you...
He's being enticed. He's tempted.
Are you okay?
No.
Mr. Sir, are you sick?
Question asked and answer. Are you okay? Actually, no, I'm not, Marcy. Thanks for asking. Oh. R.I.P. and Anthony Edwards. I don't love that viscosity. Oh. My brother is committed to the research. He's undaunted, undeterred.
Haru?
No, it's Max from next door.
Max, is everything all right?
Oh, Debbie.
Do you have any iodine?
Oh, did you cut yourself?
No, I just need it to stay in a slide.
Science, the pursuit of knowledge. 1 second. Surprised me, I thought you were Haru.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed for doing math, if you know what I mean.
What are you examining? A potato?
No, just something from my computer. Thanks.
An interesting soundtrack that perfectly punctuates and accentuates the scene here. Artwork from Picasso.
Remember Pythagoras, mathematician, cult leader, Athens, circa 500 BCE.
Cult leader.
Major belief, the universe is made of numbers. Major contribution, the golden ratio.
The golden ratio.
With the same unique ratio, the squaring can continue, smaller and smaller and smaller, to infinity.
And beyond. He just stares at her. This is an exquisite sound design.
Pythagoras loved this shape, for he found it everywhere in nature. The nautilus shell, ram's horns, whirlpools, tornadoes, our fingerprints, our DNA. 922, personal note.
This is mind-blowing.
My new hypothesis, if we're built from spirals while living in a giant spiral, then everything we put our hands to is infused with the spiral.
A universal golden ratio. All right, I got goosebumps. Not R.L. Stein.
I don't know if I'll find anything useful.
We're willing to take the risk.
First, I want you to call off the surveillance.
Done. Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not paranoid. It's perceptive.
I'm a very private person. Just knock on my door and leave the suitcase outside. I don't want to talk to anybody.
He's accepted the Joseph Campbellian call to adventure.
The 216 number, what is it?
I don't know. If you can find it, maybe we can figure it out.
If there's a number in there, I'll find it.
Another day, another squished ant. Some serious looking men in business suits. Is this mecha chip gonna be the key to unlock the door of this 216 mystery? Buckle up, Buttercup. Calculating.
Press return.
Self-doubt. This is the moment of truth. Babe Ruth. I like that the movie is taking its precious time with this moment here. It's a watershed moment. So this pregnant pause, this buildup is so compelling and necessary. Have I mentioned I like the sound design? It bears repeating. There's a pattern.
1833. Press return.
Oh. Tumultuous. A garden variety of medicines. He's administering, self-administering. What you doing, bud? Oh! He is in dire straits. An exquisite depiction of a tortured genius. He has genius in spades. And he is the opposite of ignorance is bliss. If I see the number 216, I'm gonna blow a gasket. Sweet, sweet pie. Pie in the sky. Oh, cheese, my cherry pie.
Are you okay?
I mean, I've seen better days, but I'm on to something here. I'm on to something. So I've had enough of this hair business. These follicles are getting in my way. And this is some inspired black and white cinematography. Inspired. Okay, I see a light bulb moment. I see a light bulb moment.
12 and a quarter. I know these numbers.
Enlighten me, because the chips are down.
They're going down, down, down. You lied to me.
You're happy. Okay. Sit down.
Your mentor is being deceitful.
I gave up before I pinpointed it, but my guess is that certain problems cause computers to get stuck in a particular loop. The loop leads to meltdown, but just before they crash, become aware of their own structure. Computer has a sense of its own silicon nature and it brings out its ingredients.
Yo, what?
The computer becomes conscious?
In some ways.
You need to stop.
You were afraid of it. That's why you quit.
Max, I got burned. It caused my stroke.
That's bullshit! It's mathematics, numbers, ideas. You've retreated to your Go and your books and your goldfish.
Max, go home.
This acting is impressive.
Get out
I'm
of my
gonna know
house.
what it is. I'm gonna see
Get
it.
out of my house.
I'm gonna understand it.
So, a self-aware, a sentient computer or machine. Yeah, that's startling, and that frightened him out of the line of work, his mentor here.
Hey! Hey!
Paparazzi. Lady Gaga, anybody?
Marcy, what's the matter?
Let's go for a ride, Max.
I can't, I have work.
Marcy, you minx.
Leave me alone!
Max, come here. Max! Max, stop! Where you going, Max?
Help! Help!
Please, requesting backup stat.
The market's gonna crash, Max.
I didn't do anything!
You have to be careful when you throw out your trash. You gave us faulty information. Oh, you dangled the carrot, the right picks, but then you only gave us part of the code. Give us the rest of the code so we can set it right.
Irresponsible bastards! How could you be so stupid?
Oh, no, this is intimidating.
If you won't help us help yourself, we are forced to comply with the laws of nature. Survival of the fittest, Max! And we got the fucking gun! Max, come here!
Please be.
Hey!
Lenny, my main man. I hope he hit him with the Torah.
You have the number?
What's going on?
You have the number?
What is it?
Pass.
It's in my head!
You memorize it?
Screw you!
Yalla.
Oh, Lenny, your foe, not friend.
They've got part of it, now let go of me!
You petulant little runt!
Let go!
I could not find this any more riveting than I do now. What? The convergence of the storyline between the stock market, the religious sect, and our old dear friend Pi. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain.
Max. Max,
An ominous swivel of the camera.
you're all right. I'm Rabbi Cohen. I'm sorry for what Lenny did. He's been reprimanded. You have to give us the number. The Talmud tells us it began 2,000 years ago when the Romans destroyed the Second Temple.
What is this?
Max, you will understand it.
A yarmulke.
In the center of the temple was the heart. It housed the Ark of the Tabernacle, which stored the original 10 Commandments which God gave to Moses.
A significant artifact.
On the Day of Atonement, all of Israel would descend upon Jerusalem to watch the high priest make his trip into the Holy of Holies. If the high priest was pure, he would emerge moments later and we were secured a prosperous year. It meant that we were 1 year closer to the Messianic age. But if he was impure, he would die instantly, and it meant that we were doomed.
A religious litmus test.
One ritual to perform in the Holy of Holies, he had to intone a single word. That word was the true name of God.
The number in my head is the true name of God.
Yes, the key to the Messianic age.
He has some weight on his shoulders.
This of God. No, you are not pure. You cannot see God unless you are pure.
He said you're not cut from that cloth.
You are only a vessel from our God. You are carrying a delivery that was meant for us.
Trying to relegate him to a conduit only.
It's just a number. I'm sure you've written down every 216-digit number. You've translated all of them.
That's many a syllable.
What's it gotten you? The number is nothing. It's the meaning, the syntax. It's between the numbers.
Ooh. Deconstruction. What lies behind the word?
It's not for you. I've got it. I've got it. And I understand it.
Say it with your chest, Maximilian.
Rabbi, I was chosen. 1713, personal note getting faster. Something in the story. You stare into space like that, you could go blind. What can the eyes see without the brain?
This actor is turning in a brilliant performance. Such gusto.
Can I help you?
Saul?
Were you a friend?
What do you mean?
Were?
He had a second stroke.
The truth was too much for him to bear. No, Saul. He's enveloped in all 216 letters.
No!
You're more than a vessel, Max. You're more than just a conduit. My mind is going a mile a second right now. This has prompted so many questions in my head. Let it burn like Ursher, baby.
1722. Personal note. When I was a little kid, my mother told me not to stare into the sun. So once when I was 6, I did.
Maximilian? Oh! Oh, Maximilian! You flew close to the sun, too close to the sun. Okay, maybe it was just a dream sequence. He did not give himself a lobotomy.
Pretty, huh? Can we do it next, can we?
But he has that hat on, so.
How about 255 times 183? I got it! What's the answer?
I don't know, what is it?
46,665. See? How about 748 divided by 238? I got it! What's the answer?
This is cinema. That makes me so happy. That movie makes me unspeakably happy. The twists and the turns and the pedagogical, didactic, the informational approach couched in this thriller, this mystery, riddled with suspense. Maximilian. He basically predicts trends in the stock market, and what follows is so compelling and gripping. All of my faculties are gripped by this film, and I've never been more inspired to do research after a movie than this one. It gave me like Truman Show vibes, especially in the sense that Lenny, you know, the Hasidic Jews, am I saying that correctly? Who just so happened to meet him at the bar and inquire as to what he does. He was being surveilled by how would you classify Marcy? This stock market overlord. And his mentor and Saul, who taught him everything he knew but grew disillusioned, disenchanted. But what underlied that is just fear and panic at what he was discovering. Man, I'm at a loss for words, like legitimately so. Yeah, I'm gonna do a deep dive. I love the incorporation of mythology, the Icarus of the world, the Archimedes, mentioning Da Vinci, and this concept of the golden spiral, this golden ratio, and Pythagorean. Who doesn't know Pythagorean's theorem? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So simple, so rudimentary, and yet so complex at the same time, and so prevalent and ubiquitous and found literally everywhere. State your assumptions. Math is the language of nature, and everything can be interpreted through that lens. And that's so mystifying and enchanting. This movie is enchanting. I had goosebumps at many a time throughout this narrative. And, the filmmaking is top tier. It's pristine. The attention to detail of the shots, the black and white. There's something so indescribably great and timeless as a black and white picture, man. Timeless. It kind of forces the audience to imbue the film with color off the conclusions you draw from what you experience scene after scene after scene in the aggregate. Oh man, different iterations. The game they were playing, which you gotta go. And he was touching when Max and Saul were having discourse about, the significance of the number 216 and how he arrived at it, but he shunned it. He said, no, it caused my stroke. No, it's more than that. They say ignorance is bliss. Those two gentlemen could not be further from that scenario. What's the opposite of ignorance is bliss? Genius is torture. They're tortured geniuses, knowing that it's all a pattern. The themes, the different iterations and permutations of certain events in life, as is evidenced through numbers. Man. That was a whole course. I felt like I just took a semester on pi right now. Makes me want to learn more than 3.14159 of pi just because of this movie. The through line, the motif of the ant, the bug in the system, the concept that a machine can learn so much that it becomes aware of its learning and itself and its existence. I mean, come on, if that's both insightful and daunting, unsettling, all at once. All at once. Oh, man. Thank you. Oh, I cannot say thank you enough to my superior cupidity member. I like to stay at home for choosing this movie. My brother, me and you, dude. Me and you, we are simpatico. For you to recommend this movie to me tells me everything I need to know about you. Oh, rats, my camera's about to die. Oh, and my other one's not charged. All right, I can say more. And I'm going to do research, so I'll probably talk about this film and use it as a frame of reference in future videos. So thank you again. Thank you for viewing this. And as always, until we meet again.